Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Nurul Fadhilah Ashar dengan NIM A1M220118. Saya membuat video ini bertujuan untuk memenuhi tugas final public speaking. Jadi pertama-tama saya akan menjelaskan apa itu pengertian dari descriptive text. Most descriptive text is about visual experience, but in fact, the experience other than the sense of sight, we can also use it to make descriptive text. But in particular, the descriptive text is a text which says what a person or a thing is like. Its purpose is to describe and reveal a particular person, place, or thing. So it can be said that the descriptive text is a text that explains whether a person or an object is like, whether its form, its properties, its amount, and others. The purpose of the descriptive text is clear, that is to describe, represent, or reveal a person or an object, either abstract or concrete. The generic structure of descriptive text: identification. Identification contains about the introduction of a person, place, animal, or object will be described. Description. Description contains a description of something such as animal, things, place, or person by describing its features, forms, colors, or anything related to what the writer described. The purpose of descriptive text: to describe a person, thing, or place in specific, and to describe a particular person, thing, or place. Language feature of descriptive text: specific participant. Has a certain object, is not common and unique. For example, Pandawa Beach, my house, my garden, or my nephew named Lisa. The use of the adjective to clarify the noun. For example, a clean room, a kind girl, a handsome man, or the famous place in Kendari. The use of simple present tense. The sentence pattern uses simple present tense because it tells the fact of the object described. And the last is action verb, verbs that show an activity. For example, run, read, sleep, walk, stand, etc. Jadi berikut saya akan membawakan speech saya, descriptive speech saya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Fadhilah Ashar with student ID number is A1M220118, and good morning. The honorable lecturer and all the participants who watched this video today, thank you for your time and chance for me so I can be here in front of you in this video to deliver my speech. I hope today all of you have a good mood and condition too. So today I want to tell you describe you about what is Aokigahara forest. Aokigahara is a dense forest that lies at the base of Mount Fuji in Japan. Many urban legends surround this forest and some believe it to be haunted because of its tragic history as a suicide spot. Okigahara forest made news around the world in recent years after controversial video made by certain American YouTubers. But this forest has a much longer story. What is the history of this forest and how has it come to take on such a notorious position in Japan today? Ladies and gentlemen, due to the high level of stress faced by the Japanese, Japan is seen as one of the top countries with high suicide rates. According to a report by The Guardian, depression, serious illness, and death are among the common reasons one seeks to end their life. Back in the feudal era in Japan, committed suicide was seen as an act of honor. Samurai warriors would rather commit suicide, or known as seppuku, which means ritual disembowelling that fall into the hands of their enemy, a way to uphold their honor and dignity. Even during World War II, soldiers who joined the kamikaze or the special attack group to sacrifice for their country was seen as respectful and honored. Ladies and gentlemen, nowadays many had chosen to end their life not for honorable reasons, but mainly because they could not fit into society. As such, many who decide to suicide will choose a place where it's hidden and not easy to be found to spend their last moment. And for the Japanese, Okigahara Forest is one of the most common locations, and it is also known as the world's second common location to commit suicide. So known as the most famous forest in Japan, Okigahara is located at the northwest base of the country's highest mountain, Mount Fuji. Due to its high density of trees, Aokigahara is also known as a jukai, which simply means as a sea of trees. The tree coverage is so thick that even at noon you will hardly find a bright spot in the forest. Aokigahara is also known as the Japan's demon forest, the suicide forest, and the perfect place to die. This unique forest, which is very quiet with hardly any wildlife, has turned into a common spot among the Japanese to end their life. And because of the silence, many Japanese believe that the forest is haunted and dare not to go nearby the Aokigahara forest. This 35 square kilometers forest is called rocky and contains some 200 caves, of which a few, such as the Ice Cave and Wine Cave, have been popular among the tourists. Because of the rocky area and thick trees, Okigahara's surroundings are almost identical and making it a perfect journey for those who are making a one-way trip. It is the photos or images of the Aokigahara forest in Japan. As you can see here, for trekkers and hikers, they often carry a long plastic tape or some kind of rope to make their way so that they will find the way out again. But ladies and gentlemen, the locals who live near Aokigahara said they could easily identify three types of visitors who head to this infamous forest: the trekkers, the curious, and those planning a one-way trip. It all started with a mystery novel called Kuroi Jukai by Seiko Matsumoto in 1960. The novel ends romantically with the lovers committing suicide in the forest, which revitalized the suicide forest's popularity among those who wanted to end their life. One could blame the novel for its dramatic ending, but the suicide history of Aokigahara started way before, as many hanged themselves on the trees in the thick forest. Wataru Surumui's controversial 1993 bestsellers, The Complete Suicide Manual, is a book that describes various modes of suicide, of suicide, and even recommends Okigahara as the perfect place to die. Apparently, this book is also a common find in the forest, usually not too far away from a suicide victim and their belongings. Undoubtedly, the most common method of suicide in the forest is hanging. Local police stopped publishing the number of suicides that took place in Okigahara, a way to downplay its popularity among those who seek to commit suicide, and also a way to encourage more tourism in this amazing forest. The latest data released was back in 2003, where 105 confirmed suicides were registered, and it is believed that the number could be more as many corpses are never found. In 2010, police records show that 247 people attempted to commit suicide in the forest, but only 54 of them succeed. About the sign, local authorities have put up suicide prevention signs at the forest entrance. The signs read, "Your life is something precious that was given to you by your parents, and think about your parents, siblings, and children once more. Do not be troubled alone." The signs end with a helpline telephone number, hoping the lost souls who seek to die would call for help. Ladies and gentlemen, in Japanese mythology, Aokigahara is known to be haunted by demons, a reason why some Japanese are still afraid to enter the forest. And it is believed that those who enter the forest will never return. This could be true, as even nowadays, many trekkers can easily lose their way in this dense forest. Furthermore, due to the magnetic iron in the volcanic soil area nearby, it often interferes in the function of compasses or even mobile phones. Another reason why people believe that the forest is haunted is due to urei, or souls filled with hatred, sadness, and desire to revenge. According to legend, people bring their family members during famine to the forest and leave them to die there in order to save their food for other family members. Those left in the forest will slowly die due to starvation, turning them into yurei. That's all about my descriptive speech. Thanks for the attention and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.